Good evening. A New Zealander has been rounded up for a grilling in Fiji. Anthony Foreman is the latest target of Frank Bainimarama's government for his links with the military man who escaped to Tonga. Here's Pacific correspondent Barbara Drever.
Anthony Foreman was pulled in for questioning because phone records showed that he'd had several conversations with Lieutenant Colonel Mara before he left Fiji. Now, Lieutenant Colonel Mara told me that of course they've had talks, that they're old friends, and he maintains Anthony Foreman knew nothing, had nothing to do with his departure. Our Foreign Affairs officials say they haven't heard yet from any New Zealanders who've been detained in Fiji, but they're certainly monitoring the situation, and they'll say they'll be looking at any issues if warranted.
Now, you may remember this story on the death of Shirley Curtis at Auckland's North Shore Hospital after she was given 10 times the recommended dose of a beta blocker. It's estimated up to 150 patients die each year in our hospitals because of medication errors. Now, an electronic system's being trialled with the potential to save most of those lives. This from health reporter Laurie Mason.
Wheeling in the medication.
And I've got your tablets here.
It's the new high-tech dispensing system on Ward 8B at Dunedin Hospital. A few months in and the results speak for themselves.
We haven't released the full results at the moment, but we know for sure that in comparison we've reduced errors by well over 90%.
Well, this is a system that doctors and nurses use in every ward up and down the country. It's the paper chart. But too often the writing can be illegible, the dosages can be miscalculated, and sometimes these charts have to be retranscribed up to 2 or 3 times. But none of that occurs with this new electronic system.
It has multiple prompts to ensure the wrong dose can't be accidentally calculated.
In fact, it even rounds the dose down to the correct vial size.
And fail-safe measures to eliminate other errors.
The nurse is incapable of administering medications at the wrong time and in the wrong date. The doses that they've had for warfarin is pretty good.
Dunedin Hospital wants the system extended to all its wards. But while the Health Quality and Safety Commission agrees the results appear exciting, it says the system needs to be tested and evaluated in 4 DHBs first before a financial commitment is made.
So I think we're looking at 3 or 4 years yet before we get, good progress towards national rollout.
Overseas now, and a tour boat on a river cruise to celebrate a 3-year-old's birthday capsized during a violent storm in southern Vietnam. Several people managed to swim to safety after the double-decker restaurant-style boat flipped. But the 5 children and 10 adults didn't survive. Divers have recovered all but one of the bodies from the Saigon River. Sport now, and the Northern Mystics were looking to break the Australian stranglehold on the ANZ Netball Trophy, but to do that, the Auckland franchise would have had to end the Queensland Firebirds' unbeaten season. Stephen Stewart watched the showdown.
Nerves are plenty, as you would expect with both sides in the final for the first time. Breaking down each other's almost impregnable defence was the key. The Mystics' Kayla Cullen and Anna Scarlett double-teaming Romelda Aiken. Well, it was just war between Catherine Latu and Laura Geitz. The home side just in front at half-time. Teenage sensation Cullen collided with Aiken, injuring her wrist, and was subbed. Kimapara George lost her bearings in the Firebirds swoop.
They just maintain their composure.
Cullen was pushed back on. The Mystics had become third-quarter tragics, down by 12. While they kept pace in the final quarter, there was no miracle comeback. The Firebirds cruising home 57-44 to complete an unbeaten season.
The ANZ Trophy stays in Australia.
Very disappointing that we didn't win, but you've done bloody awesome to make the quarterfinals, then the semis, and then the grand final. Maybe next year we'll win it.
The Mystics Silver Ferns will only have to wait to next month to try and avenge today's loss when the international netball season opens. Stephen Stewart, One News.
The Warriors have powered ahead of the Rabbitohs at Mount Smart Stadium, taking the game after a shaky start this afternoon. Decisive passing from the Warriors led Christian Inu to score the perfect try in the second half of the game, giving the Warriors the match. The final score, 12-6. Now let's have a look at the weather for your part of the country. Auckland, fine spells, light winds. Hamilton, morning cloud and fog, followed by fine spells, light winds. Wellington, fine again, a few light showers possible north of Porirua and about the Hutt Valley, mild northerly winds. Christchurch, fine apart from areas of low cloud or fog, morning and night, northeasterlies. And for Dunedin, fine with variable high cloud, northeasterlies, fresh at times about the coast. Finally in this bulletin, a sad day for the Australian film and television industries with the death of well-known actor Bill Hunter. Hunter passed away at the age of 71 after a tough battle with cancer. He starred in more than 100 movies and television programs during his 50-year career, including the popular films Meryl's Weddings, Strictly Ballroom and, of course, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. And to keep up to date with all our top stories, go to tvnz.co.nz. There you'll find in-depth coverage of national and international news and the latest sports and weather information. And that is latest news, sport and weather here on TVNZ7. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.